Greetings. If you remember the Chronicle where I talked about my closet, I'm in a new closet right now. And I'm doing something a little special. I'm constructing Legos. So that's nice. I need to move. I don't think I can stay in my closet right now. Okay. I figure here it's safe. Near my bathroom. Okay. That's good. Anyways, I am building a little creeper thing right now. Using Legos. I just poured them out. So, yeah. There. Now all the pieces should be poured out. And I should be able to begin. But I can't begin. Why? Because I'm retarded. I forgot the manual. This is the fourth bag, so I have to skip over to 4. Where it says 4 in the manual to start, building that. Okay. So, I guess it begins. Now I guess I'll look through some of my notes. I don't know what to do today. I don't really know what to do ever. Now I'm just placing the pieces on here. There's a mix of greens, grays, light greens, and light grays on this piece of Lego here. And when it will be completed, we'll have a mostly movable piece. Interestingly, it's 665 pieces, which is one off from 666. That number has always appeared a lot. It's always appeared a lot to me. Number 666 are the ones that are very close to it, such as 665 or 667, also 668. I've seen those numbers a lot. I wonder what it's like. I've been thinking about something. I've been thinking about what it would be like if I don't know, if I just, no, I don't know the word. What it would be like if I was social, more social. It's something I sort of wonder, but I have a feeling I'll never do. I can't really feel any of the feelings related to socialness that the humans ascribe. That, most people ascribe and stuff, and I just can't. I feel like I did make one. I made on Discord, and before then I had another friend. I haven't talked to him in so long. I made friends online, and that was just quite nice. I have a feeling that maybe if I made one of them earlier, I wouldn't look upon everything with dread. Not everything with dread, no. It sounds so fucking gay. No. What I was saying was I look upon, the prospect of connection like that dread. But maybe if I actually had a positive experience regarding other people, it wouldn't be like that. In reality, I did have a few friends for a brief time. One of them was named Yusuf, an Aryan. I've seen Aryan a few times. His hair is quite long now. Never talked to him, though. But I was always sort of not really liked, I guess, seen as a bit weird. And it just stayed that way. Anyways, I stopped being friends with him by 4th grade. Stopped being friends with anyone. And after that it stayed. It stayed for a long time until I'd say 2020. So for that time frame in between, I'd say 2017 to 2020, I never really had any friends whatsoever in any sense. Then in 2020 I got Discord and I started talking to people in Discord. I didn't really have any friends then. Anyways, I still, continued on and about. And then that just fell apart over time, that whole Gamer Boys thing. I've talked about it in the last Chronicle, I think. And after that, it just was nothing for a bit. Then I joined this WoW Mouse server and I met people there. Interesting people. I'm pretty sure in that WoW Mouse server, something interesting happened there in relation to national security. About a year or two after I left. But that's neither here nor there. I didn't really have any friends in that one place, but in that WoW Mao Zone server, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the WoW Mao Zone server right now. Sorry if I'm really out of it. Anyways, the WoW Mao Zone server, there was some sort of election taking place, and this guy, his profile picture was this thing from Lego Star Wars. For some reason, I think I became his, top campaigner or whatever, because he would give me admin if he was elected, and then I could, just go wild or something, I don't know. I don't really know what my motivation was. Ultimately, we lost the election, but it was pretty close. You could say for the time span of that election, I was actually quite endeared to the guy, but oh well. That didn't last, and soon enough I just left the WoW Mao server altogether. I don't really know the reason. I think boredom. Once I left WoW Mao, I was taken in by this other server, and I remember nothing about it. Well, I do remember stuff about it. I know that one of the guys, well, the owner, he was Greek. No, he's not Greek. The owner was Afghani, and he moved to Germany, so he spoke German. And the other, co-owner was a Greek guy, a Greek kid. So I talked with them, and I pretended to be Albanian and shit, and we looked at a bunch of Thug Shaker things. That was my main humor at the time. But I guess over stupid shit like that, we sort of bonded. Nonetheless, I ultimately felt dejected from them and I left. It was a combination of that plus boredom. So, I guess after that I landed upon the final group of people, which I presume you know quite well, so I'm not really going to go over that. But yeah, now I have Soda. Well, that's his name, but yeah, Soda. I'm not sure what name he'd like me to refer to him as on here, so I'm just gonna say Soda. Yeah. Soda is my boyfriend, and I plan for him to be my husband. And I suppose it could be said that we're friends. One thing is, I've always seen the concept of friends and the concept of romantic partners to be distinctly separate from one another. So I just it's not in relations. It's just I don't know. My brain just sees it that way, that I can't call a romantic partner to a friend. It's always been that way, even though I've never had any of them in the past. I always considered if I had one, I wouldn't call the partner a friend. I know, yeah. I'm sorry if that sounds bad. It's not meant to sound bad. It's just that I can't make friends. It's practically wired in my brain for survival. That friends are bad. That friends will lead to my death. That friends will lead to my downfall. For that reason, I can't really classify someone to be my friend, because if they're my friend, then they're going to betray me or leave me inevitably. So I think that's why I've never called anyone a friend, really. And those that I have betrayed me, or for the largest part, left me. So, I left them out of fear. I don't think I can ever have a friend. I can have a partner, but I don't think I'll ever have a friend. Anyways, there's not really much else to do about it. It's not something I feel particularly sorrowful about either. It's sort of a curiosity, I guess, for me, and I presume maybe others. Sorry if I'm repetitive. I think I've talked about friends for a lot of these, but I feel like I just figured it out. Well, I mean, periodically I have the answer as to why I don't have any. want to completely avoid people for the most part. And I feel like that sort of gave me an answer, and that's certainly better than the nothing I usually receive. Yeah. Anyways, I think there are more topics to talk about here. Lately, I've been thinking about watching some anime again, because I remember a time when I was around 15, and I was sort of going insane at the time. That's neither here nor there. But I used to watch a bit of anime, and the reason was because I never watched any of it up until that point, and I was like, I only have so much time left before I presumably am unable to watch this, and I've heard that it has good elements, so I decided to watch a bunch of anime. So I watched stuff like Steins Gate, Parasite, this fucking one where the Japanese military invades a medieval kingdom, and a couple other things. I like quite a bit of them, especially Parasite and that other one I mentioned. But the one that I like the most out of all of them, and that I could call my favorite, would be Welcome to the NHK. And I've been thinking about watching it again. I think, yeah, that's been the only anime series that I've actually decided to rewatch besides Lane. And the only reason I rewatched Lane was because of his fucking schizophrenic meltdown. But, yeah. So, I decided to watch Welcome to the NHK, and I really liked it. And I still do really like it. Occasionally, sometimes I listen to the soundtrack. I don't know if Soda's watched it. I kinda want him to. I'm not sure if he'd really care about the subject of it. I just think it's a good anime. A good show in general that not many people know about. Besides a bunch of fucking degenerates. Yes, another thing to talk about. In the past, right when I was around 15, I had this idea in my head. I think when I was 14 too, and that's around that time, I'd say that's when the psychosis started to, creep in a little bit. Not really a little bit, creep in quite a bit. This is basically my whole life, it's been creeping in a little bit, but I'd say 14 was when it started to become a bit exponential. But anyways, when I was 14, I had this idea, and it was co-opted from this Roman idea. Hate myself. Okay, it was the idea that there's a thesis and then there's an antithesis. And the thesis and the antithesis would be two aspects of myself. So, the thesis was, how I was before, I'd say, 4th grade. And the antithesis was what I became after 4th grade. Upon 4th grade. Just some of those experiences. And I wanted to create a synthesis, thesis plus antithesis, which would create something better, something new, something more efficient. basically it's basically just self-improvement, but I laid it out in a pretty schizo way for myself, and it was also had some sort of spiritual element to it as well. Anyways, I believe that after completing that supposed synthesis that I would be a bit more adapted to things, you know. And I sort of feel like, in a sense, that synthesis has been completed. I don't have as much social anxiety anymore. A lot of it's been destroyed, and I say the synthesis would sort of eliminate that. But I'm not actively wanting it either. But nor am I actively, I guess, like, sorta, yeah. I'm still kind of driving people away and stuff, but I guess if they wanted to befriend me or whatever, I'd let them. I don't know. I don't really like being around people. But it's less of a conscious drive now and more so just... Sorry. What I'm trying to say is that essentially now I'm able to receive social attention and stuff like that without going into episodes and all that. Instead I just become filled with a bunch of apathy in regards to it. I can't really care. I can't really care about people anymore. I do care about people. I mean, in that sense. In the sense of making friendships with them and stuff, and going on and about. I guess besides my sweet soda. Yeah. Like, I figure I could still have, like, co-worker relationships or whatever. I guess that would be very superficial, but I'd be like, yeah, could have fucking work buddy? I don't know. What I'm trying to say is that I can more so function within human society better. But, yeah, there's still something sort of missing. There's some missing piece of the puzzle here. I'm able to... I don't know, I'm able to interact with humans better, but I'm missing something. I don't know what I'm missing, but there's something that makes me not really like them. My explanations are all horrible. They're all dog shit. Fucking ignore everything I said for the last 5 minutes or so. I don't know. Ignore that. I'm sorry. I'm bad at explaining things. Okay, next on to... okay. Next topic. I want to clean my room. Next topic. I heard circus music a couple nights ago. It's weird fucking circus music. I was hallucinating. Oh, wow. Whoop-de-doo. Fucking amazing. Okay. And lastly, I had the urge to play Experience Gravity on Roblox. You know what that is. Okay. Oh, and there's one final topic here. I keep on remembering this memory from, I'd say, around Christmas of 2019 or so, but I could be quite wrong. And it was one of the few times that I actually got to hang out with Liam. And we were a grocery store. His little sister was there. If I can guess, she was 2, maybe 3 years old, so I guess, yeah, around December 2019 would be right on the money. And we're just going through the grocery store with his family. I don't remember too much distinct things. I remember that his mother told me that his little sister... Oh yeah, that they were going to buy makeup for his little sister, and that she could only use elf makeup because all the other ones would be too toxic for her or whatever. I remember that distinctly, and I guess a few Christmas items that look blurry as you walk past. So much time has passed. Well, I guess that's it. And I really hope an Iron Lung digital release comes soon. No, well, I guess that's it. Goodbye. If you're listening to this, Soda, I love you.